Hey everybody, how are you? So I just met with my good friend Nicole, and I am jumping on here because she inspired me to take action to do this. And it's so important that you surround yourself with people that are invested in your growth, your self-development, and showing up for yourself. Super important that you have those people in your life to say, hey, this is something that I know you can do and I believe in you. So I'm just so grateful for her friendship, and we're gonna do a video together too, so you can meet her and just have a fun video. But I wanted to share a little bit about why I decided to give up good for great, and why I decided to start my own business, and why I decided to give up a really good life. And I gave up good for great, why I chose myself over fear, why I chose faith over fear. So to back up, in order to be a dietitian, you have to go to school for 4 years, get your bachelor's degree in dietetics, and then you do a year internship hands-on in the different areas that you're going to work in. So food service management, community, clinical, outpatient, and you get experience there. Then I did my master's degree in nutrition. So, I was on the right path, doing all the right things for success in education. And I got married. I have a great husband. We built a house together, beautiful house. Like, things were good. We had the nice cars. We had the good jobs. We made good money. Like, things were good. We were successful. We did all of the things that you are supposed to do to be successful. And I really, as humans, we need that sense of drive and purpose every day. And I had a good job. I was working in the clinical setting. I was working in a nursing home and a rehab center. And I was the clinical dietitian manager. So I was managing all different areas of the facility, food service, and then clinical side of things as well. And it was great. It was a really a positive experience, and I learned a lot, but I knew people needed more. They needed more attention, more one-on-one, very individualized focus for their lives. And it wasn't just the nutrition. There were so many aspects of people's lives that they could improve upon. So I knew I was meant for more, and I was also really burning the candle at both ends. So I was driving 40 minutes at least without traffic to and from my job. I was teaching yoga after work on weekends, and on top of keeping up with a brand new house and trying to balance life and all the things. So I really was just not taking care of myself as much as I knew I should be, and I knew that I could do more with what I wanted. So my husband also really has been wanting to have his own restaurant. My husband's a chef, very talented, and so we decided that we are going to sell or rent our house. We ended up renting our house and moved in with my parents, and Chris wanted to start a restaurant. I'm going to start my business, like all these great things. So a month later, our house that we rented got hit by 3 trees because of a microburst, an isolated storm that hit our property, and these pine trees fell on our house and caused $10,000 worth of damage. He dealt with all this stuff, which is a lot of money, right? And so we just didn't know a lot about insurance. And anyway, so we had to go through a huge learning curve with that. And any trees that are not touching your house, you have to take care of yourself. So we just learned a lot through that process. And it was really scary because we had really limited our expenses to start our own businesses. And Chris really wanted to have this restaurant that we were looking into. So anyways, we couldn't get the restaurant started. There was a lot of doors closed in our face, and thank goodness we didn't open that restaurant, because this was supposed to open in March of last year, or was our goal, and that was literally when the pandemic started, and the restaurant would have closed and we would have been in so much debt. So a reason that doors close, but also a reason that you need to keep moving forward. So I decided to start my own business before this. I was slowly building upon that. And I just invested in myself. I quit my job and I went full on belief mode. Like I knew this is what I was meant to do, is to add value and purpose to people's lives through nutrition and believing in themselves and believing that they're worth the time and effort to do that. So it's just been such an amazing journey. And I, time and time again, believed to choose faith over fear. It was hard for me to show up. It's hard for me to do these videos. And if you notice, I'm a very structured, regimented business person. Like I'm all business, right? I'm very much focused in that way. And I am trying to be more real and more fluid with you guys because I want you to know more of the human things about me. And I want you to have that connection. I really believe in having that connection with my one-on-one nutrition coaching clients, that I get to know about them as a human, their family, what they like, their hobbies, all those things, which is super important. And I just want you to get to know me better too as a person, what my struggles are, how I can, of course, inspire you to be better and do better, but also that I'm a human too, and just my journey and my experiences. And we all have a story. We all have things that we are challenged by and that are uncomfortable for us, but in that discomfort is where the growth is. Because if we are just good, like our job is good, our house is good, like we're good, right? We're fine. Yeah, but why can't you be great? And what does great mean to you? Because that's different for everybody. Like what success means to you is completely different than what that means to me. And that's okay. And that's something that I really get clear about with the women I'm working with. Like, what does that mean to you? Paint me the picture in 6 months down the road, sensory rich, you can touch it, you can feel it. Like, what does success mean to you? Once you can really identify what that looks like for you, it's so amazing how we can just slowly start to break that down into small little steps in order to get there. So I just want you to go full belief mode on yourself and your goals and know that they are just as important. And yes, there's going to be roadblocks. There's going to be barriers. It was hard for me to tell you guys that I live with my parents. I'm 32 years old, and that's what we chose to do. It has actually been a really wonderful experience, and we all have worked together to create this homestead. And actually, during the pandemic, we've all working on doing different jobs. So with grocery shopping and food prep and all having meals together, and my parents have really gotten to know my husband more than ever before. My dad and my husband have been doing a lot of projects together. As my dad is getting older, he's not able to do as much as he used to. So it's been really special to see that bond between them that probably never would have happened if we kept our busy, crazy, fast-paced lives and living in our own house, which we will again do. But this was a stepping stone for us. And I want you to see that stepping stones are not always barriers. They're moving you in a forward direction. And they're not big, they're not small, they're just moving you in that forward direction. So for us, this was a stepping stone, and there was barriers in our way that we had to pivot, right? Sometimes the path goes this way, sometimes it goes this way. But once you have a clear vision and focus about what you want, what that means to you, the stepping stones happen. And this is the roadmap that I teach my clients that I'm working them through, is we're taking these baby steps every week together. So important you have someone in your corner cheering you on. Together, we're moving through these stepping stones towards success and towards their goals. And yes, we're working on nutrition, but you will create sustainable results in a holistic way. So we have to address the other things in your life, maybe that are holding you back. And maybe these are the things that are struggling you from being successful with the choices that you're making with your nutrition and your food, because there's a lot of deeper reasons why we make the choices that we do each day. And we really have to work through that stuff together. So I really encourage you to go full belief mode on yourself and your goals. You're worth it. And I want you to choose great. I want you to give up good for great because you're worth it. So I just wanted to jump on here and share that with you. I felt really inspired to share that with you. It was uncomfortable for me to say that because I I don't know. I just like have this, like, I have to be a certain way, right? And I think a lot of us struggle with that expectation of perfection and that we need to be a certain way. We need to be a certain thing for people to accept us. So I hope you accept me that way with my flaws and the journey that I'm going on, because it's always a journey. It's always a work in progress. But give me a heart below if this resonated with you, and let me know if you're watching this team live, team replay. I love to connect with you guys. Happy Monday. I hope this is just like a lighthearted video that can keep you going through your Monday, and we'll talk soon, friends.